Hey, what's going on, everyone? Matthew from therighttrader.com back today with another daily crypto update. Today, we're going to talk about what's going to happen in the future here as cryptos continue to climb higher and are showing some bullish momentum. Basically, what I think is going on right now is, for the most part, I think we avoided just in the day-to-day big drops, right? I think that's in the past, and from here on out, I think that will continue to move slowly but steadily. I think that we could get even more of a run up towards the end of the year. I think that altcoins will also see a little bit more power come in as well. Not sure exactly when, but probably sometime before the end of the year. And as far as the pullbacks, I think that we are still going to get some pullbacks throughout the way. That's obvious. And the only time that I think we're really going to see any kind of bigger drop is after we got a big run where we're going to get a pullback that kind of consolidates things and balances things out, right? So I don't think that just in the day-to-day we're going to get the big drops that we've been seeing over the past couple weeks. I truly think that's behind here and that we've already put in a bottom and that now we're already on the other side of the curve here where we're really going towards the upside. So over the past 24 hours, Bitcoin is starting to push above $7,300, which is pretty significant. And I think that it's just going to continue to push higher here. Next stop is going to be $7,500. We're going to talk more about that during our technical analysis, of course, in just a second. But basically, looking pretty good here. And as far as the altcoins are concerned, looking even better almost, right? We can see Monero up 10%, pretty impressive, and quite a bit of altcoins that are actually pushing some pretty big numbers, right? So that's definitely something to keep an eye on. We got Komodo up 15%, and overall, that's what makes me think that since altcoins were pushed down so low, they're going to need to get some kind of run up to kind of recover, right? And like I said, that's probably going to happen before the end of the year. So don't forget to follow me on Twitter for live cryptocurrency market updates. And talking about altcoins, I wanted to mention that Nano was actually August's top performing crypto despite the yearly low. So of course, Nano got a really big run up after its huge drop, and I think that it can definitely continue on this path. We'll have to see, how much strength and power it has in the short term, right? But I do think that we're going to continue to see it at the very least slowly but steadily move higher, right? It seems to have really pushed behind and put in the past most of the negativity and drama that was going on a while back, and that's a good thing. I still think there's probably going to be a little bit that will linger, but overall, it seems like the path is clearing up for Nano more and more here, and that should allow it to truly move higher. So let's go ahead and talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin pushing higher, like I said, we're now above $7,300. Not that much resistance here up until $7,500, and after that, right, if we're able to get back above, we might face some resistance from this previous uptrend line. So that's something to pay attention to. And we'll see what happens, right? If that's going to cause a lot of resistance, we might pull back a bit, retest $7,500 and then start moving back towards $8,000. I think that's a pretty fair scenario right now for Bitcoin. And I wanted to go ahead and draw in our shorter term uptrend line. And you'll see that we do have a little bit of a channel here that's forming. So basically, if we look between, I'll go ahead and change the color of these to something a bit more clear here because we have a lot of lines going on. So let's see, gonna make this really try to stand out here. Let's do it in light blue. So basically, these light blue trend lines that I'm drawing out represent the channel which Bitcoin is trading in, right? So this is a very bullish channel, very steep, which could be a little bit hard to sustain, but in the short term, it looks doable here. So next stop would be 7,500 Satoshis. Then, maybe tad small pullback, start moving higher again. And basically, this end of the channel could really push us up pretty quickly towards $8,000. So definitely going to face some resistance from this previous uptrend line, no doubt about that. But we still have this channel here due to the uptrend line that's really going to help the price move higher in a pretty quick manner, right? So good buying volume, indicators still strong, no real signs of concern for the time being, and the Bollinger Bands, middleman, all looking bullish, moving towards the upside as well. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ethereum now, see what's going on. So we're going to go over to the Coinbase chart, Ethereum is currently consolidating between $273 and $317. So not the strongest right here. Ethereum has been struggling to really get that boost. With that being said, it did break out of the downtrend line, which is already good. I'm not necessarily concerned about Ethereum falling lower right here, but it is something to notice that we are pretty flat, and it doesn't seem to have as much strength as maybe some other cryptos out there. So for the time being, I'm just going to expect some more consolidation. No major signs of concern, like I said just yet. So we're still good there. We just want to make sure that we stay above $273 especially. Let's go ahead and take a look at Litecoin. Litecoin faced resistance due to its upper Bollinger Band. Pretty normal textbook stuff. And as far as the pullback here, we'll see how low we'll drop. I'm not too concerned. I think that no matter what, we'll find support off the downtrend line, the previous downtrend line. And we have our middle band coming back up as well, which will help push the price higher. So maybe the next 2 weeks, I expect this to probably already be above $70 if everything goes well. Let's go ahead and take a look at good old Nano here. See what's going on. Is it able to push higher from here? And like I said, it was August's top performing crypto. So right now we are pulling back. We did lose the uptrend line. We do still have our middle band, which is still up pretty nicely. I believe that'll really come in as some nice support here and help us get a bounce off 36,000 Satoshis, I believe. That should be a triple bottom, and we should be able to move higher from there. With that being said, if we move below 36,000 Satoshis and maybe below our middle band, then things get a little bit more concerning for a bigger drop, maybe down to 3,000 Satoshis or even lower potentially. Hopefully it doesn't go till there, but definitely a pullback here, no doubt about it. We'll really want to make sure that we get a bounce though, and that we bounce off the orange line on the MACD. Because if that doesn't happen, right, like I said, we'll be kind of in a situation where we could get a bigger drop. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ripple, see what's going on. So going over to the Binance chart here, we can see that Ripple is consolidating a lot between 30 cents and 36 cents. Nano has a long history of these lengthy consolidations, and as you can see over here, right, we had a very long consolidation. This has been going on for a long time with with Ripple, very common pattern, and basically, this is nothing new. I think that this consolidation will continue. It's going to take some time. Don't expect it to necessarily end right away or anything like that. So for now, still expecting consolidation. Want to make sure that we stay above 30 cents here. Let's go ahead and take a look at NEO. NEO was actually one of the worst performing cryptos recently, and right now it has found some strength to recover, right? So this is a good sign, and it's actually been moving up nicely here, slowly but surely. Great uptrend line on the indicators, very strong and nothing euphoric or crazy, so something that's sustainable here, which I like. I should also point out the resistance right here, where we're currently at on the RSI, and so if we're able to get back above this 54-55 line, that's going to be a good sign, right? So currently we're above $20. We're starting to move towards $26. I think we're going to test that very shortly here. And if everything goes well in the next 2 weeks, I think we can be above $26, which will be pretty significant, right? Because that'll put us back to where we were previously in a much safer area. Let's go ahead, take a look at EOS now, see what's going on. So hopping over to the Binance chart, we can see that EOS is facing resistance at 9,300 Satoshis. I did think it was a bit early to get back above that just yet. And we're still okay on the indicators. We might get a bit of a pullback here, but I think that overall EOS will hold up well and will manage to stay above its uptrend line. That's really what matters here. Start moving towards the end of the symmetrical triangle formation and 9,200 Satoshis. Let's go ahead and take a look at Stellar Lumens now, see what's going on. So hopping over to the Binance chart once again, we can see that Stellar, actually one of the cryptos that was doing very, very good over the past couple of months, holding up well. Maybe it was a drop in kind of, it was in the spotlight, and it kind of did drop out of the spotlight a bit. So that could be what's causing this drop here. But right now we're looking pretty weak, surprisingly. Downtrending on the indicators, just broke below the uptrend line on the actual price chart. And at this point, we're getting a little bit of support at 3,000 Satoshis, but we absolutely do not want to drop below that. That would be pretty concerning. I think that we could get a drop down to 2,500 Satoshis pretty easily. So hopefully we'll be able to get a quick bounce here, maybe get back into the uptrend line, and just keep moving forward. But definitely do not want to see Stellar move below 3,000 Satoshis. Let's go ahead and take a look at our next crypto, which is going to be Lisk. Lisk was one of the weaker cryptos, then got a really nice run up, like Nano did. And overall here, we dropped below our uptrend line. I think that I'm not expecting too big of a drop here. We definitely could go back down to $3.51. But overall, I think that we're probably going to consolidate between $3.51 and $4.71. If we're able to get a very quick bounce here, we might even be able to avoid that consolidation and just keep moving above the uptrend line. That's definitely a possibility here, especially if we get a bounce on the MACD off the orange line. Let's go ahead and take a look at Cardano, see what's going on. So Cardano is, I'm going to go over to the Bittrex chart here where I have my previous lines drawn out. Cardano is currently right at, let's see, 1,400 Satoshis, holding up pretty nicely here, putting in a bit of a base. We still are really struggling to get back above that 40 line on the RSI, so hopefully that happens sooner rather than later. That will really help with getting a bullish move. And overall, very flat. Expect this consolidation to continue a little bit longer. As soon as we get back above 1,600 Satoshis, I think that will really start to pick up the pace a bit. And overall, hopefully in the next month we can get a test at 2,000 Satoshis. Definitely possible, I think. And let's go ahead and take a look at IOTA for our last cryptocurrency of the daily crypto update. IOTA is in the middle of this range between 56 cents and 90 cents. Indicators still holding up pretty well, just a healthy pullback it looks like. At the most here, I'd expect to drop down to 56 cents, and then I think we can get a very nice bounce. So not too concerned about IOTA here. I think it's just doing its thing, setting up a bit of a base to then get that move above $1, especially, which will be very significant. Hopefully even get back above this uptrend line within the next month or so. That would be, just very bullish for IOTA. With that being said, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.